A Study in Scarlet. Part 1. Chapter 4. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the crime scene at 3 Lauriston Gardens and take a cab to the address given to them by Detective Lestrade. On the way, Holmes explains his reasoning for some of the deductions he made at the house. The height of the murderer, for example, was deduced from the length of his stride based on footprints and the tall writing on the wall. His age was estimated from the ease of his stride across a puddle. The appearance of long fingernails came from scratch marks in the bloody writing, and the ash on the floor could only have come from a Trichinopoly cigar, a brand Holmes has extensively studied. Watson is amazed but also confused by the strange details of the case. He can't reconcile the various facts and how it all occurred. Holmes assures him he has a good grasp of the main points, dismissing Lestrade's Rache theory as a ruse. He declines to explain everything to Watson, not wanting to give away all his methods. They arrive at the address, 46 Audley Court, to interview John Rance, the constable who discovered the body. Rance, appearing irritated at being woken up, agrees to recount his story in exchange for a half-sovereign coin from Holmes. Rance explains that around 2 a.m. he noticed a light on in the empty house on Lauriston Gardens while walking his beat. Knowing it should be vacant, he suspected something was wrong. At the door he felt uneasy and returned to the gate, considering fetching his partner for backup, but decided to enter the house alone. Holmes interjects with details of what Rance did inside, even though the constable hadn't mentioned them yet, thoroughly surprising him. Rance continues, saying he left and blew his whistle for assistance after confirming foul play, which summoned 3 other officers. When Holmes asks if anyone else was on the street, Rance recalls a very drunk man leaning on the railings, singing an odd song. He was tall, with a red face and a brown overcoat. The constable and his partner considered arresting him for public drunkenness, but were too occupied with the murder. The man's whip and cab were not seen. Holmes, excited by this information, gives Rance another half-sovereign, but says he missed a chance at promotion by not detaining the drunkard, who Holmes believes is the murderer. As Holmes and Watson depart in their cab, Watson remains confused why the killer would return to the scene of the crime. Holmes says he came back for the wedding ring, which will make good bait for catching him. Holmes thanks Watson for including him on the case, calling it a study in scarlet, a vivid mystery interwoven in the drabness of life waiting to be unravelled. Holmes is thrilled to have such an intricate problem to solve. His mind jumps from murder to music, however, as he joyfully anticipates a violin concert he plans to attend that afternoon, featuring a piece by Chopin. The contrast highlights for Watson the many-sidedness of the human mind.